Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our spring orchestra concert. Tonight, you're going to hear from our beginning orchestras, our intermediate orchestra, our ensemble, and as well as our, come into the light, she tells me, I'm sorry, as well as our combined orchestra. Our students today had the opportunity to preview the concert this evening, and I know the student body and staff really enjoyed what we heard today. You're certainly in for a treat. The students in front of you, the students that are sitting down that will be up shortly, have done an amazing job, but that is all because of Mrs. Pennington. She has worked very, very hard with these students over the last several months to get them where they are tonight. So before we begin, I would like to just thank Mrs. Pennington for all of her hard work. Thank you. All right, I know they're eager to perform, so I'm going to just, again, thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate the turnout and all of your support, not only for your students and in the orchestra, but for our district in the elementary school.
Good evening. Welcome to our Spring 2023 Elementary Assembly Concert. We cannot wait to share with you all the wonderful music we have been working on. The beginner orchestra will start off with their first piece will be All the Woods Are Waking, which starts out in unison, then creates beautiful layered harmony with a three-part round. To go-to teaching tool when trying to help their students learn the importance of keeping a steady tempo. You will hear the basses and cello keeping this steady beat in marching fashion.
Please enjoy our version of March of the Metro Gnome.
The final section for the beginner orchestra takes us to the most energizing space of any school faculty. Yes, you guessed it, the lunchroom, where it can be noisy, chaotic, yet joyous, and a time to relax. There might even be a surprise or two in this song. We hope you get your toes tapping with our final section entitled Lunchtime Jam.
All right, we're gonna need a second while we bring up our intermediate group to play a combined song. So just bear with us a second.
It's always a great experience when players from both groups can make music together. Our combined selection tonight will showcase just how important rest can be in our music. This song is inspired by every student's favorite subject, recess. Without further ado, we present to you the Recess Boogie Woogie.
Yet another transition, and we're going to get We're going to get all of our intermediate players into their seats.
The next section of our concert will be performed by the Intermediate Orchestra. These students have been playing for 2 or 3 years. Our first song will feature the low instruments in our orchestra, the cello and the bass. Their deep, rich tunes are sure to put a smile on your face. Sit back and enjoy Bass in Space.
next selection is a classical tune that has been around for many years. You might remember hearing this in a commercial for Crayola's outdoor color bubbles. Maybe you remember hearing SpongeBob and Patrick singing this tune while hunting for jellyfish. You could have even heard this song in Minions: Rise of Gru, when the minions fly the plane. Either way, we hope our version of the Blue Danube Waltz will have you swaying to the music.
For our next exciting selection portrays images of mountains, old legends, and mystical monsters. The orchestra begins with a dramatic opening filled with dynamic contrasts, followed by more legato and lyrical sections. Follow us to paint a picture with Legend of Dark Mountain.
before we get to our final selection for the intermediate choir, good grief, I had a choir cons on Tuesday, sorry, I'm stuck in choir brain, to the intermediate orchestra, I have some thank yous I would like to give out. So I want to first thank all the parents here that supported your child through this process, especially my beginner parents. Where are you? Give me a little wave, beginner parents. I remember the days of beginner students, and it's not always the most pleasant in the beginning, but look where they've come to. I was so proud of those beginners, and I'm so proud of these students up here as well. Everyone has worked their hardest, and my heart is like bursting with pride right now. I'm like a proud mama up here of all these students. I want to thank the administration. I want to thank the teachers that allowed us to have extra practice time. I want to thank Mr. Daniels back there with his crew helping us out with the lights and the microphones. And every year, I like to hand out a little special award for certain fifth graders that have gone above and beyond. First, before we do that, where are my fifth graders? Raise your hands. All right, so this is my crew that's going to be moving up, hopefully all of you, yep, right, to the middle school orchestra, which I teach as well, so they can't get away from me. So I will have them next year as well. I'm looking very much forward to having you join us in the middle school orchestra. If anyone wants to come see what that's like, that's next Thursday. You can come see us play our songs and see what you're in store for next year. So you're invited to that. So what I want to do first is awards for some section leaders. They were people who really gave it their all. They helped hold together their section. So our first one I would like to give an award to is Miss Savannah Trago. Come on down, love. All right, stay right here. Next one is Emily Williams. Oh gosh, Emily Williams, I'm so sorry. Moses Mass. If any parents who want to take a quick snapshot of their lovely section leaders up here, smile. All the time. All right, I have two more awards that I would like, oh my goodness, I can't fix this. I have two more awards that I would like to hand out. The first one I am calling the most dedicated. This goes to a student that practiced and practiced and practiced. And I could see each week the improvement because of his practicing. And from last year to this year, this student has come far in leaps and bounds, and I'm so proud of him. Mr. Paul, I always say your last name wrong, Prokopovitz, please come down. And then the one other award that I have is for the most improved. Again, we start out in beginners with writing in some reminders. I like to call them our training wheels. And eventually those training wheels come off. We stop writing in reminders. And some students really took that to heart this year. And this award goes to Isabella Morganti. You want to put your hair up? Gorgeous. All right, little picture off. There we go. All right, now we have Savannah. You're going to give us our little speech. You guys can go back to your seats. Be careful. Be careful. You come this way. Wait. Here, give me that. Thank you. Slow. Take it slow, love.
There are so many catchy phrases that revolve around the word sparkle. Keep calm and sparkle on, be the sparkle in someone's life, never let anyone dull your sparkle. Well, this song is the musical version of all the things that sparkle and shine. With a bouncing melody that passes throughout the sections, it is like the light reflecting off a prism and spreading rainbows everywhere. We hope that our version of sparkle showers your day with all that glitters.
final transition of the evening. Just give us a few moments as we get some of our members down and safe into their seats.
Our first selection for the spring ensemble is inspired by a famous Native American chief. The viola section will depict the economic drumming that acts as the heartbeat of the song, while the violins carry the soaring melody like an eagle in the wind. Allow us to honor Olu Valley's very own Native American head bridge with Hiawatha.
My beginners, please remember to be good audience members. We got one more song. You know, it's been a really long day. And thank you to everyone out there for bearing with us. Our last selection, before we play, there are festivals for the high schools and the middle schools, and we don't get that in the elementary schools. So at these festivals, you get medals and little pins and stuff like that. I wanted to do that for our ensemble this year. So I got each one of them a pin this year that has a string instrument on it. It is a violin, which you all have something that looks like a violin. So it's close. But it's a lot bigger than I anticipated. It's a big bonker pin. But anyway, they will each get one of these as their thank you for being such great, dedicated players. This group in front of you, I love playing along with them every time I get the chance. And they will have one more opportunity at the STEM Fest, Links Expo. Next Wednesday, they're playing at 5:30-ish and 6:30-ish, okay? There's gonna be no more morning rehearsals. That goes for us as well, because you're doing Wednesday and then that's it. No more morning rehearsals, parents, so yay for that. I know, I feel the same way. All right, so our last selection is gonna be presented by Moses Mass.
The final song of the night showcases all of the joys of fiddling. Stringed instruments are typically known as instruments that perform classical music, such as in symphonies and string quartets. Fiddling typically is a technique used for country and bluegrass songs, as well as Celtic and other folk music. We hope to end this concert on a high note with Fiddling A-Round. Thank you for joining us tonight.
children go to the cafeteria, get their stuff, and I'm going to have the parents kind of congregate out there. I'll kind of usher them out to you, okay? Thank you so much for coming this evening and so much for sharing your children with me. One more round of applause for everyone. All right, children, please be careful with your instruments. Make it that way